I think the fact that this is such a unique facility demanded a unique architecture as well. Demanded an architecture that has never been built before. And that is certainly what we accomplished. The aquarium building had a level of complexity that exceeded probably anything that we had done before. Even though we had been involved with complex curved buildings in the past, this one had a constantly changing curvature with a linear pattern superimposed on that, which makes it extremely difficult.
The construction of this exterior wall is quite amazing. You can take a look at the wall. You see that there's not a whole, it's not a square box, right? There's curves, there's overhangs, and that's not easy to do on an exterior envelope. So it's quite incredible that they were able to accomplish what we see here, and it looks so beautiful.
The ability to build the exterior wall of the aquarium is something that we probably couldn't have done as a company even as little as 10 years ago. The fact that we've got tools such as 3D modeling available to us and the ability to translate that model practically into the field is what makes the difference.
We developed a process on this project where we were able to take the two-dimensional details, deploy them three-dimensionally, and begin to create a feedback loop where we were able to gain exposure on the project all the way around.
We have borrowed tools from the aerospace industry. Those tools allow us to not only model the geometry, but the complex sets of relationships between building systems. So how does the skin relate to the concrete? How does the pattern relate to the skin? And how do the tiles relate to that pattern?
Through this process, we were able to identify clashes, identify possible engineering problems, highlight them, and keep in mind that we still had to maintain the exterior linear pattern that had a tolerance of 3/16 of an inch.
We're building a piano, a Swiss watch out of metal studs. It added a complexity to the project that I've never experienced in 30 years plus in construction. Well, the 3D model contained all of our information for this project. Our shop drawings provided no dimensions, no numerical dimensions for our layout. Everything came from the 3D model. As the studs were being erected, we had our surveyors verify and send data back to our modeler, who then put them back into model to verify exactly where the wall stood. Our as-built studs were as compared to the model.
Physically surveying in every drywall stud on the exterior of this building on multiple locations across the length of the stud. That is the degree of accuracy that this project demanded.
The key to getting the final layers on the building correctly placed involved a lot of surveying. It involved a lot of thought processes. How is the data going to come to the carpenters? How long is each piece of channel? How is the miter going to be put on it? What's going to happen when it twists around the building? All of this the team went through and studied in several different iterations on every mock-up that we did. And we found out some things that worked, and we learned, and we made some adjustments, made the aluminum a little bit thinner, changed the height a little bit, and put it together, and it all worked.
From my observation, KENPAT, working very closely with Radius Track and James Contronis and his team, they took all those various parts and pieces, the building structure, the plaza elevations, the door and window openings that went into it, the aquariums at the top level, and integrated all those into their thinking about how do we approach putting together a skin that will not only be watertight, absolutely watertight with all the different kind of components that come together, but also have the look and the fit and the feel that the design team asked for, and at the same time engineer it to get the Miami-Dade NOA required for the hurricane resistance.
Delivering a project as complicated as the aquarium building is only possible by a collaborative effort. This team was put together because they're the experts in their field and were focused on what needed to be done to create a project that's the best for the owner and the building, and that is the future of architecture.
KENPAT is very proud of the exterior wall assembly at the aquarium building. This wall embodies the best of what we do through the use of advanced engineering, modeling, fabrication, and construction services in realizing the architect's vision.